The book of Job is so powerful. Job was a wealthy man. He had it all. He was a beautiful servant. He was God's perfect servant. God was speaking with Satan, and Satan was claiming that Job was only serving God because God was blessing him. God tells Satan, okay, you can take everything away from Job, but don't touch him. Don't lay a finger on him. Satan took away his kids, his wealth, and everything Job has ever had. God did this to prove Job's faithfulness and to show that his faith was genuine and that it will remain genuine. And Job's friends were trying to influence him by getting him to think all these bad things about God and tell him that God was abandoning him and left him to just deal with heartbreak. They tell Job that he must be guilty because God only punishes the wicked. And Job's wife even told Job to curse at God. In Job 2 verses 9 to 10, it says, his wife said to him, are you still maintaining your integrity? Curse God and die. He replied, you are talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble? And all this, Job did not sin in what he said. So then Job persistently sought God even when he was going through all these hardships and didn't understand why everything was happening. He did not curse at God. He did not sin. He wasn't listening to his friends, and he didn't even listen to his wife. The book of Job was based on trust and having faith in God even in the midst of suffering. Job was tested so many times and never gave up on God even after all he's lost and the hardships he's went through. God literally bragged about Job to the devil, telling him, watch how my servant remains faithful and stands firm. Job questioned God instead of cursing at him. He questioned the suffering he was feeling, why he lost his wealth and his children. He demanded answers from God, and God spoke to him through a storm. In 38 verses 3 to 5, God said, brace yourself like a man. I will question you and you shall answer me. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. God humbled Job in that moment. And in that moment, Job realized who he was truly questioning and demanding answers from. If humans cannot understand and comprehend or control this world, then we certainly cannot judge or question the creator of it. Later on, God calls out Job's friends and says to them in 42 verses 7 to 8, I am angry with you and your two friends because you have not spoken the truth about me as my servant Job has. So now take 7 bulls and 7 rams and go to my servant Job and sacrifice a burnt offering for yourselves. My servant Job will pray for you and I will accept his prayer and not deal with you according to your folly. You have not spoken the truth about me as my servant Job has. And this is crazy because God literally blessed the second half of Job's life more than the first one. God gave him double his wealth and everything he had before. So going to my final verse, which I just found so beautiful, in 42 verses 12 to 13, the